having a wee adventure. Woohoo! Well, you guys asked for this. You asked for a more detailed walkthrough of the boat. So here we go. Let's do a detailed walkthrough of the boat. I'm standing up in the boat. That's the cabin. I'll start at the back. There's the fuel storage. That's a 25. That's a 30. There's my one single battery box. There's going to be two batteries eventually. There's my water fuel filter in there. Obviously behind us is the bilge. The engine bay itself is pretty spacious. This is a 70. I've got the cover on it. I've put a 4-horse auxiliary on. I am going to get more fenders, shall I say, more fenders. The first thing I done when I got the boat was put new seats in it.
Flashback.
First real job on the new boat. Swap out the oldie plastic seats for these. This isn't screwed down yet, but there was obviously a plate here in the past because I've got the original seats, so hopefully I don't have to drill any more holes. Everything should be good to go. Just prop on the new seats, bolt them down, use some nylock nuts, and that's them seats not moving ever again.
End of flashback.
These seats swivel round so that when I'm fishing I can have the nose of the boat into the wind and be sat in my seat watching the rods out the back of the boat. The cabin, cuddy, whatever you want to call it, lots and lots of room. In the front there's where I've got all my anchors. I basically bought two of these big green buckets out of like a Home Base or a Home Bargains or somewhere like that. They're a couple of quid each. And I stuck all my anchors in there. At the minute it's just kind of lots of rope. This is a 30 metre cutter rope to an 8-pound fluke anchor with 4 metres of 8mm chain. This is an 8 kilogram grapnel that's got slightly smaller chain. I think that's only 5mm, whereas this is 8mm. The grapnel is the emergency anchor really. The steering console, eventually there's going to be a lot more done to that. You can see that the guy had the fish finder mounted up there, which isn't really the best, because if you're driving the boat, you're standing up and you're kind of driving forward, so you want your fish finder to be on the console that you can see it. This is a GPS unit. This is getting took out. This basically runs to this thing here. This is all coming out. I've got a 4 rod holders on the top. This is a UHF aerial that's getting took away because I've got a handheld VHF radio system. I just have to get all that sorted out and registered again. I'm standing in the back of the boat now. There is oodles and oodles of space in the back of the boat. So hopefully there's enough space for 2 people to get onto this easy. So this is inside the boat. What have I got planned? Well, a double battery. So I have one house battery and one starter battery. The clue's in the name. The starter battery is to start the outboard. The house battery will be to run fish finders and lights and any other electronics. On the front of the boat, on the cuddy, on this bit here, there's going to be eventually a solar panel mounted out here that's going to charge both batteries eventually. I don't know about lithium batteries. Yes, there is a weight saving. Yes, there is a lot of weight to be saved there, but they are a lot more expensive than normal deep cell lead batteries. I was thinking, I mean, at the minute the only battery that's in there is a starter battery. You get 120 amp hours lead acid battery. Yes, it's heavy, but if it's in there and I'm not having to lift it out too much, because I would wire Anderson clips to it so I can charge it from it's in the driveway, so it's in the garage, so it's not that far away from the garage. The old boat, the old name for the boat was the Laughing Kelpie. That was the name that the fella that I bought the boat had on it. I've changed the name. The name is now Excessive Esox. So I'm going to get decals made up for that there so that the boat can be identified. I'm also wanting to put an LED light bar on this rod holder arch on the front, and if I can find, I've seen it's like a plexiglass that goes on the front of this A-frame, this A-loop. I don't even know what you call it. So if I get the plexiglass for it, then that kind of just so when you're standing up here going, that means that there's an extra shield that stops the wind kind of getting right into your teeth. As I've mentioned, I'm going to change some electronics here. This fish finder up there is a Garmin Striker. Perfectly good fish finder, great little unit. It's something that I'll definitely keep this. This one's getting swapped out, put away somewhere. The plan is to get a 10 or a 12 inch fish finder, 10 inch, 12 inch screen, either a 10 inch or a 12 inch, depending on what the budget has. The budget's about £1,500 for a fish finder, so I've got to kind of get the best I can for the pennies that I have. The little striker unit that's there, it'll eventually be used as navigation. So the fish finder is great for, you know, telling me where I am, what's on the bottom. Navigation's great because it tells me how to get home. I had the boat out, very responsive, very quick. The throttle is excellent. At turnover speeds, she's just ticking over about 3 miles per hour, which is a little bit fast for trolling, but there is ways and means of slowing us down. For example, go into a current, and that'll slow you down, or go into a headwind, and that'll slow you down. So that's the in-depth. I mean, there's loads of storage, you know. Each side of the cuddy has these here. At the minute there's just rod holders in there and a med kit. I just hosed this out, so there's a bit of a mess everywhere. Same on that side. On this side is all the electronics for the console, obviously. But tons of space. It's a decent draft, so like I'm standing on the side of the boat here, and the draft's coming to there on me. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. You know, that's how high I am up, so there's less chance of falling over the side of it, although I'm fucking sure I'll give it a good try. So let's now go down to look at the trailer and see what we like about the trailer and what we're going to do about the trailer.
20 minutes later.
Right, starting at the front of the trailer, put on a spare wheel. Something simple. Change the winch cable. I will change these out. I will swap these out. These look like they're about to fail. This space underneath the trailer in here, I'm getting a sheet of metal, or a sheet of stiff grate manufactured, so it's going to sit there, so when I'm launching the boat I can stand on it. That's the front of it. Nice boat. I do actually like it. I'm going to get some proper decals. You're not really going to see it in this here, but there is the old signs, the old Predator 160 sign with the shark from Douglas Marine. That's obviously faded over time and been peeled off. And I'm going to get a new Predator 160 sign with the shark, just for the novelty. I suppose novelty and all the other good stuff. I will get some better decals for the boat to advertise that I'm on YouTube and all the good stuff. Trailer is solid enough. It's a roller trailer, so it's pretty solid. I'm pretty happy with the trailer. The time I launched it, she was easy enough getting off the boat, off the trailer even. 4 horsepower auxiliary motor. This is an old 4 horse that I've had sitting in the garage for years. It's never actually been used, so that's going to be a good little auxiliary. There's the main motor. Something I have done as well is buy a new trailer board. There's a story to that as well. And buy these here. These are arms that slot into the back and get screwed down to hold your lights and trailer board. The first time taking it out, I had the trailer board tied on to the top of the boat where the A-frame is, and I was going down the road, and something was weird in the back of the rear view mirror, and I kind of looked and seen a blizzard of white plastic as the trailer board disintegrated into 1,000 bits. And when I got to where I was fishing, the only thing that was left was the 2 cable ties and the lead, the electrical lead, and one bit of the trailer board. That trailer board is probably about 15-16 years old, so it's survived this long, so hey ho, I got a new one. Apart from that, this is pretty much it. I mean, the boat itself, there's a lot of room in the boat. There's not much more I can tell you about it, apart from the fact that I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I'm very happy with the purchase. The fella I bought the boat off couldn't have been more transparent. He went through everything on the boat to the point where all the little imperfections, like age marks, scuffs and scrapes, he was sending me pictures of those, you know. So the fella couldn't have been more transparent on selling the boat. The way that I looked at this is, like I've mentioned before, for the price I paid for this, I've basically bought an outboard that's come with a boat and trailer. The outboard on it has only, at the time of buying it, it only had done 60 hours. This is a Yamaha 70 horsepower that was made in 2022 and bought in late 2023. So it's basically a new engine that's on the back of this boat. Again, the time that it took her out, was very happy with how fast this boat can go. I'm going to be able to get to where I want to go in the shortest possible time available. The big test for me will be launching and recovering it single-handedly. I forgot how much of a pain in the tits it was reversing a trailer with a heavy boat. My smaller boat, reversing it is easy, you just almost kind of throw it around and bully it, but this boat here, it's a lot heavier, so it takes a lot more patience and remembering that left turn on the steering wheel means a right turn on the trailer. It's all back to front, so you kind of get a bit cack-handed by looking at it. But overall, very happy.